Hello and welcome to Emerald Creations Crafting with Gina. Following on from my tutorial on my one sheet wonder, I'm going to show you a project that I made. It's a little napkin box, and I've used my one sheet wonder for the lid, tied a little bow around it, made a little tag, and that's my napkin box. So I wanted to show you first of all the story about the colours. So if you haven't watched my one sheet wonder, I wanted to use traditional colours for the suite. It's using the poinsettia petals. I wonder where I put the sunset. Here it is here, and this is something that we've used in our online retreat this year, this suite. And so I wanted to deviate a bit away from the colours that are in the suite. And so I've gone for the green for the holly, but it's pear bazaz. It's not garden green or shaded spruce. Real red for the poinsettia. Pretty peacock for this little sprig. Pill party and crumb cake. And generally speaking, these are my favourite colours. So there's no rules as to what colours that you use. I would say go for your favourite colours because they certainly like your project then. And then for the base, I have brought in one of the colours that I have used on my one sheet wonder, so that it all coordinates and ties in together. And that's one of the things that I love about Stampin' Up, is that their inks and their cards, ribbons, all coordinate with each other. And then I'll show you how I've made the little tag at the end. So the most important thing to remember when you're making a box or a napkin box is all napkins, different makes or different sizes. So it's important that you measure your napkins first of all. As you can see, these are ones that I haven't even got out of the packet yet. They're from Stream Greens. It's a shop that's in Belfast here in Northern Ireland. And I just went for something very plain. I knew it would come in for a project somewhere along the line, which is probably why I have gone for the shimmer card, because it's a very pale, it's not a very cream, it's more of an off-white, and I sort of thought it tied in well with the napkins that I have. So my napkins to measure are 16 centimetres wide by 16.5 centimetres long, and then they're an inch wide, or 2.5 centimetres wide. So it's important that whenever you're making your box that you write down your measurements, and then the box that I have made, I've actually double-sided it to give it a little bit of a firmer feel to it. So I'll write in the description probably the measurements that I have, because I don't actually have them written down today. But what you want is, this is 16 centimetres wide. You want 5 centimetres on either side, because it's 2.5. One width is 2.5 centimetres. Double that, and it's 5 centimetres on this side, but then it's 5 centimetres on this side as well. So you end up with a piece of card that's 26 centimetres wide. And again, if this is 16.5 centimetres long, you've got 5 centimetres this side and 5 centimetres this side, because when you score it at 2.5 and fold it over, that's what gives you the depth. Okay, so I'll come to the lid in a minute or two, and I'll just put my napkins inside it, and we'll make the base of the card first of all. So I have already pre-cut my card. I'm going to use my extension arm as well. So my piece of card is measuring 26 centimetres by 26.5 centimetres. And again, as I can't say this importantly enough, this might not fit your napkin, so it's important that you measure your napkin packet that you have. So we'll go to the 26.5 centimetres side first of all, and I'm going to score at I'm going to have two. I'll do 2.5 centimeters the whole way around first. So again, let's put the trimmer, you can't actually see this, we'll put the cutter out of the way. I have it up here at the top, and I'm only going to use the scoring blade. So I'm going to go 2.5 centimeters around the whole way, first of all, like so. Okay, there we are. And then you will want to measure at 5. So I'm going to come over to this side here and measure at 5 centimeters. Now these lines are for the 2-inch down the way, but you can see in this trimmer that there's 5 centimeters there. So if you match the 5 centimeters at the top and in the middle, you won't be far wrong with your straight lines. So go to 5, and we'll do all 4 sides as well before we start trimming. Okay, and go to 5. So this is the scoring that you will need for your box. Okay, now I'll take a pair of scissors. Actually, I'm not. I like to score first of all, so I'm going to score with my scoring tool. Give them a good crease and bend it over like so before I cut. There we go. That side. There we go. Now, pair of scissors. And when I'm making my boxes, I like to cut in the same direction. So I usually go start this side here. So I'm going to cut up on the score line on both sides, like so. You see. And then I'm going to cut to the where I cut before and just cut off. You're cutting off an L. That's basically what you're doing. Okay. So cut up on the score lines. Like so. Turn it around and cut up to where you've cut before. So you want that 2 pieces away completely, like that. And again on this side, like so. Okay, so I've cut off these sides, so I'm going to cut up this end now towards where I have cut before. So cut up on your score line to the second score, and again like so. Turn it round and cut to where you have cut on the first score line and cut off. So you only have 1 tab for each corner. So again, like so. Turn it round and like so. And there we go. Okay, so that's all my corners done. So what I want to do is get some wet glue and I'm going to put some on my little tab on this side, but I'm also going to put glue along this tab here. Okay, and a tab on this side. And I want to bring these in and make sure they're nice and square at the side, and the same for that side. Okay, so that's your tabs inside like that. So just make sure that they're nice and square, edge to edge, there, like so. Okay, and then where I've added the glue, I'm going to fold over, and then that hides those tabs. Oh, do you know what I didn't do? I didn't actually make them into a flower pot. So I'll just trim this side here before I put it over. It's just not folding in nice and neatly. It is on one side but not the other. Forgot about that. Sorry. Here we go. There we go. Okay, and just fold it over nice and neatly, and then if you use your bone folder, give it a good crease in, and it makes it nice and neat, like so. Okay, so these tabs, before we put tight, or before we glue them in, we sort of just want to make a little flower pot. So it means just taking a tab in, and it does mean then they will fold in nice and neatly. Flower tab pot, like that. Okay. And then we fold it in. Okay. So put a little bit more on that tab there. So I'm going to put it up like so, and on that side as well. Make sure that it's nicely edge to edge. Okay, and then I'm going to fold it in like that. Okay, and as I said, use your bone folder, give it a good crease, and make sure your edges are nice and folded in. So for the last two quart sides then, I'm just going to take a little bit off each side. Don't take too much off. It's just so that it'll go nice and neatly into the corners, like so. Just a tiny little bit off the sides like that. Okay. And this side as well. No. It's easy. A little bit of glue on that side there, like that. There. And this is your base for your box. Now, you could use the same system or method, or for any box that you have. I'm just going to use my bone folder to give a good crease down, like that. There we go. And I'm going to try my napkins in it and see how they go. Perfect fit. Now, it's 19.3 by 19.8. So here we go. We're going to score at 1.5 on all four edges. Let's see what I'm doing. I like to, if I'm doing small measurements, I like to use this side of my trimmer, because it means then I've got this shelf along here to make sure that it's straight. So give it a crease and then do all four sides like so. And to here. And last side. Okay. Now, then I'm going to take my bone folder and give everything a good crease. people don't like making boxes for cards, and if that's the case, the one sheet wonder, you can do lovely layouts with the one sheet wonder. But I wanted to make a box for napkins. So again, I'm cutting on the crease line, and as I've said before in my videos, I'm cutting out a little flower pot for my tag, and like so. Okay, cut the same direction, and up to there, and up to there. And last one, cut on the score line, cut a little wedge out so that it's in the shape of a flower pot. There we go. Take those away. And then a little bit of glue. So I want my tabs on the inside, so you have to put the glue on the pattern bit, like so. Then I like to have it sitting down and just make sure that it's edge to edge, if you can see there in the camera. Oops. There we go. Edge to edge. And then the same for this side. Like so. Now if you do use too much glue, you'll notice it does squeeze out. It makes a little bit of a mess, so try not to be too generous with it. And then last one, and here we go. And that's the lid for my box. So it will need to dry a little bit, but you'll find that it fits on nice and neatly over your box like so. Okay, so that is my little napkin box. So what I've basically done with the top, or I've just tied a piece of ribbon around it, and tied a bow, and then I'll show you how to make my little tag here. So I have 2 pieces of card. The Pretty Peacock is the same size or same colour as the base, and this is 5 centimeters by 8 and 8. It's this shimmer card, and it is 5 centimeters by 7.5. So we'll need to stamp first of all our little images first of all. So I'm going to use the Happy Holidays, and I'm going to just let it be nice and straight on the grid, and then there we go. Just put this away because I don't want anything touching it. And then my holly is to one side, and I'll just use a little fill-in as well, like so. And then I'm using the little blue sprig and fill it in. Okay, and then I'm using my scalloped tag punch. So 5 centimeters fits in nicely, and I just want to make sure that it is nice and central. So again, I put it down and then punch it out. And what I'm going to do is actually just put a little bit of glue along my edge like that, and stick it on top of blue tag, and that's what gives me my little base along the side there. Okay, so a little bit of red is needed, and I'm just going to use these lovely little jewels. They are the wonderful gems, and there's a little bit of sparkle in them as well. They're not of that colour, and a little bit of red just gives it a little lift. So there we go. So it's a matter of tying ribbon over just once, like so. And adding your ribbon or your tag to it. So a nice little gift to take. As I say, you can get fancier napkins than what I have. I went for a neutral colour because you never know when you're going to need napkins or for what project. And I think I'll add another little jewel in that one. It's a bit plain compared to the other one. And red ribbon. So before you start your one sheet wonder, think about your coordinating products that you're going to use with it, like your base card or your ribbon, and that way your colour scheme will work perfectly. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me today. If you're watching my video for the first time, I would love you to hit the subscribe button. It just means that you will get notification of other projects that I'm going to make. And so thank you very much for joining me today. See you again. Bye bye. Take care.